another episode of Memoir of a Naija Girl. My name is Helen. On today's episode, I know you can hear that back sound. You know, this is Nigeria. The Nigerian factor is always there. You know, it's just my neighbor doing something, but okay, we move, yeah. So on today's episode, I have Olosho. No, okay, we are talking about stereotyping women. So maybe I should say we have Miriam first, and we have Olosho, and of course myself. My name is Helen. So on today's episode, we're talking about stereotyping women. Have you heard of Olosho, Ashewo? Why do we call women these names?
Well, I don't know. Like, for me, first off, any man, if it's coming from a man to a woman,
Yeah.
if it's coming from a guy to a lady,
Yeah.
first off, I see the guy or the man as a weakling.
Right.
First off, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Because for me, I think any lady or any woman that tends to want to stand up for themselves,
Right.
to do things differently from the norms that people see around, then they get stereotyped.
Right.
So that's the first thing that comes to my own mind. And another thing is the way the male children, the male kids have been brought up in the homes. You know, it starts from the roots. So not really something that comes overnight. It has been there. Like if you go back to a household where you have a male child and 3 other female siblings, you would watch the female siblings would tend to do more chores in the house than the male child, probably because the parents feels like he's a man, he's the one who is supposed to put a woman in the house and all that. So that is where
the problem is.
It starts.
But then, if you have female siblings, for example,
Yes.
I don't think that you should. I think you should be more affectionate, more sensible, not to call women whores, not to call women prostitutes. You know, like if I have my younger brother, for example, I wouldn't want someone to say, "Oh, you are a what's the word? Maybe you are a thief or you are a rapist," because now societally we always say, "Oh, that one because he's keeping dread is a rapist." Because do you understand?
Yeah.
I think because I have younger siblings, I have my brothers, I have my sisters. I wouldn't want anyone to call them these names. If you have younger sister or younger brother, younger sister, for example, would you like someone call them, "Oh, that's prostitutes"?
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay,
that's.
the thing is, me personally, I have a younger sister. We grew up together, just the two of us. But the way we were brought up, we were not brought up in a way that we feel there's any difference.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, it's not, like I said, it's not something that comes overnight. It's subconscious. You understand? Like, when in the house, they feel like, okay, a male child, a teenage male child, and a teenage female child. The parents can allow the teenage male child to probably go out till say 9
Whenever.
in the night, but a female teenage child, if you go out that far into the night, coming back, the first thing you'll be asked is, "Where are you coming from?" Let me say it in Yoruba, permit me. You understand that kind of. So the teenage male child listening to conversations like that, you understand. So it's being programmed subconsciously for me. That's what I think.
Apparently, what you're saying now is we pamper our boy child and
it goes back.
all the way. Now, Miriam, let's talk about your experiences as a woman. I'm sure everyone. I've been called a prostitute. Listen, I've been called all types of names, all kinds of names. I've been called a prostitute. I've been called a whore. I've been called Olosho. There's nothing that I've not called me. To an extent that if you call me those names, I would not even feel bad anymore. Do you understand? Tell me, what are your experiences when it comes to this derogatory name calling?
Okay, so when I saw the topic, the first thing I told you was this conversation is deeper than the marriage. Now, it all boils down to the background.
Right.
Exactly.
How was the guy trained?
Exactly.
What home did he come out from? Who and who are around him? You understand? So this word is really, really deep. It's not just something that just started yesterday, or it just grows overnight.
Right.
Just the way you said it. Sure, you understand? So now, this is Lagos. I stay in Lagos. Every now and then, you hear different words. Ashewo, Olosho, Kinikon. Now, I feel like we need to start having this conversation of how we talk to females in our society today. So because I'm wearing a tattoo, because I'm wearing a short gown, a short skirt,
and piercing.
I remembered vividly when I was in Benin. So I did my
the
piercing, the front one, and when my grandma saw it, she was like, no, in Benin language they call it no, they call it, oh goodness, Iferia. Iferia means prostitutes in Benin language. So you know, she was shocked. But to me, I just said it as normal fashion, like, hello, what's this mama saying? But because the words were too much, so I wouldn't blame her. That is her own mentality. That is how she was brought up. Like, okay,
that
once you have, yes, that's how she understands that once you have this, it's this, once you have that. When my mom saw my tattoo, my back tattoo, because I have a tattoo on my back, and she was like, no, why would you do this? Why would you do that? For my mom attended MFM, so you should understand how MFM members behave now. She understand. But to me, I saw it as normal fashion. That has not withdrawn me out of the Christian lineage.
Yeah.
Sure, you understand? So I feel like we need to start having this conversation with the boys from the onset. Let's start having this conversation as probably a topic, if possible, a topic in schools, you know, university, churches.
Right.
Because we hear of different cases of rape, of sexual assault, even in churches, in mosques. So we need to start having this conversation, honestly, because it's really, really deep. And with the way the country is going right now, trust me.
How is your reaction when someone calls you a prostitute?
Well, left to me, I think the first time I had such encounter, I felt really bad.
Right.
Because I was like, why would you call me a whore because of what I'm putting on? Why would you call me a prostitute because I have makeup? Do you know, even if you wear makeup now in Lagos, in so many places now, they'll call you a prostitute too. So I don't even need to have, this color of my hair, this is gold. If it's not black, you are a prostitute too. Yes, you are a prostitute. In this Lagos, so many places, I've been to a church whereby they told me I have to cover my hair, like everything, it must not show. Hello. No, it's not meant to be like that. Sure, you understand?
Back to what you said, I also had the same issues. I went, no, because I honestly don't go to church. But then, you know, when you always go to your parent place, sometimes they always drag you to church. And my mom said, oh, okay, mountain, let's go and pray. And we got there. And, she said, you are wearing trousers, but I'm wearing this very long top and, a very big trouser. And she said, you cannot go in that church like this. So my mom gave me a wrapper to tie. And funny thing, when I stepped in, I saw women wearing gown. I could see their bum. I don't blame them. You wear whatever you want to wear. The mind is the church.
There's a church here in Lagos whereby they wear anything they want to wear. What God just needs from you is your faith, your mind, your mindset. He does not need your dressing. He does not need your shoes. There's a church also that, because I love attending church programs. So if you don't have these heels, if you are not putting dollars for offering, you don't belong.
Yeah.
Hello.
See, further to buttress what she was saying, there are some times when I sit down and I because I read books, and when I read books pertaining to how women are doing exploits, if you check their story, most women in the society, in the country, if you ask, like, if you bring 10 guys, 10 men, and ask them, what do you think about this woman in this high position?
Right.
For instance, they tell you she walked away somehow.
She fucked someone to get there.
To get there. You understand what I'm saying? So this thing has been a kind of, how do I put it? It has been a kind of, how do I put it?
It's so normal.
It's so normal.
It's the norm.
Even in the churches, you find things there. They tell you a female can hold so post.
Now they even segregate
all that. In the homes, most importantly, before you go out, I mean, if you see anyone doing anything outside, either positively or negatively, trace it back to where that person is coming from. If you see any kind of anger, for me, I think most times it's always anger. Most times, for some guys, it'll be like, give me a share. You understand? Maybe a guy might approach you and you feel like, I don't want to talk to you. You understand? Then they'll be like, share, walk. You understand? Stuff like that. Then it goes back home, like I said.
But a few days ago, there was a video on Instagram here of a lady, an actress, who went for a movie shoot or something, and she said she wanted to park her car somewhere, and this man said, "Don't park your car there, prostitute." He doesn't know her. Then he was so angry, and he came and said, "Don't park your car there, don't do this, don't do that." Then few seconds later, then he saw her wedding band, and he said, "I'm sorry about that. I just saw your wedding band. I'm sorry about that." Why is it like marriage is a thing? Because actually, for me, when I saw that video, I told myself, this man is actually not apologizing to this woman. He's apologizing to the husband.
Yes.
To the husband.
Yeah. See this thing that you're talking about now takes me down to another point why I think things like this could come up to the female gender. Is another thing is ego for the man. You know, the way our cultural, should I say, because I don't think in our culture, our culture ridicules the female.
No, but now we change it.
In the Western world.
Yeah, I think
we
so.
change
Because
the whole thing now.
the ego, they feel, you understand? So they want to see whatever.
But then our culture also promotes these things, to be sincere.
It doesn't. If you do your research.
Do your research, but now, somehow, if you look all the way, I mean, if you look backward and see, oh, maybe for example, when you are getting married, and they will tell you, oh, the wife must kneel to serve the husband.
No.
Do you understand? I think that sometimes now we should make this thing normal.
Gone are those days.
No.
They are still doing it now.
Sorry.
Yeah, in some culture, even the bride price thing, I think this bride price thing should be scrapped.
No. Let us get some facts right.
I can fight.
No. No, I said facts.
Okay.
Kneeling to your husband.
It's just respect.
It is not a sign of slavery to the husband. No, it isn't. You understand? Yoruba man, they say kaku.
Kaga.
Komaga. I mean kaku dobale. Sorry, for someone.
It should be a choice.
It should be a choice. No, let me try to make you understand what I'm saying. It isn't about. See, do you know culturally? I'm a Yoruba person. We in our culture we believe the woman also has her own aspect and responsibility in the house that the man should not even meddle with. Even our traditional religion, there are some traditional religion that there are some shrines that as a man you dare not go into the place.
As a woman, you cannot see
Okay,
over.
wait, let's
Try
to understand what I'm
let's start
saying.
from here. What is culture?
You understand what I'm saying? So
let's start. I mean, what is culture? Culture is the way of life of a people, right?
Yeah.
The way we do things, the way we talk, the way we act, the way we speak, the way we dress, the way we eat, and all.
Yes.
So now, when you talk about greeting, that is respect.
Yeah.
I feel like that's another topic.
But respect should be reciprocal, right?
Yes.
Now, in our culture, you'd say, oh, the husband can cheat. Just be no,
if the husband can cheat, how can the wife cheat?
Wait, in Nigeria, let's be sincere. The man is allowed. It's not like they will say go and do it, but if it happens, the society will say, oh, do you understand? So I'm thinking I'm saying that sometimes it's easy for you to go and carry the elders in your house and go and meet your wife and say, he has done something wrong, but you have to forgive him. But the woman now, guy.
Before you say, the load is outside.
Okay, the thing is, maybe because of my own mindset and understanding. Because first, anything that makes you decide, like I want to settle down and get married, first, you shouldn't be seeing your wife as a prostitute.
Right.
First. Second, there's no reason for you to cheat. And let us be clear about cheating. Cheating is not only about having sex with somebody else outside. Pertaining to some parts of your life, you have to share. If you are not sharing and she's sharing with you, you are cheating.
Right.
You understand? So, but that aside, I wanted to say something like, okay, my wife at a point told me she wanted to get a piercing and 2 more piercing on her ears and all. I was like, fine, go ahead and do it. So there was one time she was all dressed up, and because I like her dressing sexy and all that.
She's so cute. She's here by the way.
So we had an outing and then we went to a place, and then there was this grandma who saw her, like she's a family and all. She was like, she's like, the woman wanted to ask me, like, she was me.
He does.
So it isn't about the way you're dressed. It is not about the way you look, or because you are a woman, you should be stereotyped. It has to do with your intent and what you say. That would make me feel like, okay, so this is, even before I go that far, I probably would think you are doing it for a hustle. I don't see strippers as strippers.
Yeah.
I see them working.
They are workers. Right.
So it has to do with how are you being brought up? Who are the people you move into? What do you know? What do you understand about the female gender? So that's just all.
Do you think we promote it ourselves? Because sometimes, I do this, I have to be sincere. I do this. I call my friends, hey, when they do something very nasty, sometimes I say, oh, babe, I use the B word. And, we do these things, to be sincere. Let's take it higher a bit. Let's talk about when you see a group of black people, and maybe a white person. Then the black people say, oh, my nigga, that kind of stuff. But when a white person dare not say that, why is it like, oh, these are the kind of people that must call me a B, the kind of people that has the right to call me a prostitute? Is it like that? Do we promote this name calling ourselves, or is it like something that just happens and you're like, okay, I'm going to take this thing from this person because this person is my friend?
I don't know.
What's the difference?
I'm not a lady. So
but you use the N word, right? I mean, amongst your friends, my nigga, we can say that.
It's just a normal slang
now. Why is it a regular thing? And why would you be mad when a white person calls you a nigga? If a white person calls you a nigga, would you be mad?
Because I'm a nigga.
But if a white person calls you a nigga?
Well, you can't call a white person a cracker. Okay. But a white person can call another white person a cracker. That's the name you call a white person for a black person.
don't know about that one though. I will say that I hear you cry.
So that's just how it is. That is it. Because you guys are female, you can call each other whatever you want.
Okay, so I feel like when I'm with my friends, I can just, hey, what's up, bitch? What's up, this? Because I know I am with my friends. But there is this lining. So when we are serious, we are serious. I can't say, okay, because she's dressing somehow, then I now refer to her as a bitch. Even if I want to talk to her, I won't use that word.
What?
Yes.
Bitch, you know, I can just, babe, what's up? What you're wearing is really too revealing, you know, just codedly, friends. I don't need to, Kilokosi, what is this? What is that? Hello, we've gone way down. So I feel like it depends on this particular topic. I think the guys need it the more. So it boils on the type of friends they have, you know, the environment they have. So it's not about you staying in Lekki, because I'm even on Instagram, and you see most of all these Instagram big boys, what they post on Insta blog, Gist Lover, I'm always like, really?
See,
so if you dress like this,
sorry to cut you short. There's something came into my mind
Preach
when
myself.
she's come on. Like sometimes back, I used to make this mistake, like having a female friend as a guy.
Okay.
I always feel you understand my point. But then I got to realize that we all have this diversity about us as humans, as different genders, and I feel the female gender has more listening ears than the guy. Sometimes I might want to talk or say something that is bothering me, that I feel a guy like me wouldn't understand, because I do it too. A guy like me can walk up to me and say, guy, I'm a broken, or this and that. I'll tell you, you are a man like me. Also, you understand what I'm saying? But I might say it to a female and she would understand more perfectly where I'm coming from, how I'm feeling at that moment. You understand? So I used to make that mistake. Then later, after I got married, I realized my wife has different male friends, of which they are just friends.
You don't feel bad about that?
I don't. They talk, they chat, do video calls. I don't, because I know they are friends. Right. If she wanted to be with them, she wouldn't be here with me.
He's an understanding person. You got married to a very understanding man.
So that is, I learned that after I got married. I stopped saying like
what's the English
because
word?
that is a
What does that
stereotype.
mean?
Relationship between a dog
What's the
And
relationship
a lion.
between who is the dog, who is the lion?
Obviously, the female is the dog.
It's a stereotype thing.
We learn it
No,
behind
the
the
male
scene.
is the dog, Jai. They are dogs.
Okay.
We are lions.
We are lion.
It's a stereotype thing. You are stereotyping also. Do you know?
Well, anyone that is saying.
So for you to think like ọkùnrin àti obìnrin papọ̀, even if they are just friends,
We are in a world whereby if you see a guy and a girl, Insta blog, they are dating.
so that is another
that.
angle to look at it. You understand? So, but still, it boils down to your mindset.
So, listen, stop stereotyping women. You know, like, and because we have vagina, it doesn't mean that we are not good enough. It doesn't mean that we are prostitutes. Because you have something dangling. What's that? Cardi song? Something kind of, you know, because you have that, doesn't mean that you're better than. We are all humans. We are humans first before our sex. So that is it on today's episode of Memoir of a Niger Girl. I have Irelua, fantastic husband. Oh, God, wait. And I have Auntie Aliu, Miriam.
God,
you know what I'm saying? So, my name is Helen. Follow me on Instagram, helen.love.23. Memoir of a Niger Girl on Instagram. on YouTube, everywhere. Subscribe, like, share, comment, like again, and tell your families, tell your friends,
Tell your friends.
tell your friends, tell your friends.
Yeah.